Hi, and welcome to the Wolfstone Drainer Groove and Sink Edge Profiling Guide. Wolfstone work surfaces offer endless shaping and fabricating opportunities, and being a true solid surface with constant colour and patterns throughout the work surface thickness, it is ideal for adding your own drainer grooves and edge profiling to your undermounted sink cutout. In this video, we will be showing you how we do this with a drainer groove jig and router with a standard 12.75mm domed cutting bit and 30mm guide bush. Before commencing with adding drainer grooves to our Wolfstone surface, we will be adding a 3mm edge profile to the top edge of the sink cutout and finishing off the edges in the subscribed manner with the different grades of sandpaper and the wet maroon pad process to finish. To add the desired 3mm edge detail, we simply attach the required router bit with guide wheel. Bring the router up to speed, and at a slow and constant pace we work our way around the sink cutout. Next, you can start orbital sanding with the 240 grit sandpaper. With the 240 grit, start to sand the vertical edges of the sink cutout. Make 2 passes with this grit. Wipe away any residual dust and move on to the 320 grit, repeating the process. Again, after cleaning away any dust, you can now move to the 400 grit sanding disc. With this pass, roll the sander from the vertical side of the cutout over the edge and back as you move along the full length of the sink cutout. This will give you a flawless visual transition from vertical edge to the horizontal surface. Leave the wet finishing process with the maroon abrasive pad for now. Commence with this when all visible worktop sides have been edged and the entire worktop installation is complete, ready for the final work surface finishing process. Okay, now we can move on to the cutting of our drainer grooves. The drainer groove jig we are using here has been manufactured especially for a 30mm guide bush and angled at a 1.5 degree slant. To cut the drainer grooves, we recommend that you first do a test cut with your jig, using a cut-off piece of Wolfstone material or MDF board to ensure you are satisfied with the depth and length of the grooves. Now measure and mark the jig positions carefully. If available, use the lines on the jig to make sure the jig is square with the sink cutout. Now clamp the jig in place and do one final position check to make sure no movement occurred during clamping. For every drainer groove cut, bring the machine up to full speed and commence the cut. Guide the router against the nearest edge one way and guiding on the far edge back to your starting point. Once all desired grooves have been cut, it can be sanded with a small piece of sandpaper to smooth out any lines in the grooves. Again, all dust is to be removed and the grooves to be wiped clean with the denatured alcohol. And there you have it, perfect drainer grooves for the perfect undermounted sink. For the complete Wolfstone installation guide, visit www.wolfstone.za.com.